What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Flash Podcast. I'm your host, Jackie Maro, and today I have a very important and inspiring guest, especially for the youth of Nebbi. Joining me today in studios is one of the most inspiring youths. His name is Jawoko Eddy, and he is the youth councillor for Nebbi Municipality, that is for Hillward Division. Welcome, Eddy.
Thank you so much.
So, before we go deep, briefly tell us who Jawoko Eddy is beyond politics.
Basically, Jawoko Eddy, when you look at him recently, it's not something so much that people may think of. To some small extent, I'm a social guy. I'd like to relate to people a lot in different ways. And secondly, I'm a passionate paradigm shifter.
Okay. So could you tell us a little bit about your background, where you come from, maybe a little bit of your education background as well?
Well, basing on the educational background, I'm a student still pursuing computer science
Okay, which university?
at Jawoko University.
That is interesting. So what inspired you as a young person to step into politics?
When you look into a lot of dynamics and things that happen in the politics, and in as far as how the young people are going through a lot of defragmentations in their lives, you definitely find some of these reasons that I'm talking about. Some of these reasons that are very obvious, and you're seeing how our region is in particular. And when you dwell into the little parameter, you come to maybe municipality. It's something that we are all seeing, but a lot is still missing, much as we still appreciate the leaders that have been there before us, and they have done a lot, and we appreciate. But however, we need dynamic youth from that point to pick up from where they left and then do something better for the generation.
The next generation.
I am just passionate about our people.
Okay. So politics is not an easy game, right? Especially for young people.
Right?
How did your journey start?
Simply, my journey began as far as way back as when I was a kid.
Okay.
As when I was a kid, I literally like a lot of things to do with talking. And later on, as a young person, finding my passion or developing a passion into a lot of these things in this world, I later on found passion with what I was doing with my mouth.
Okay.
When I went to schools in my O-level, I found myself in leadership. Later on, through that, the compassion drove me to a level where I became the UNSA chairperson of Chirandongo. Through that, I was seeing a lot of dynamics and things, a lot of changes that we need to do in this world in as far as leadership is concerned.
Okay.
So when I came back home, I found people campaigning, and from there, me as a person who is passionate about the young generation and looking at how the dynamics in politics need to be shifted into the young generation, I definitely geared through into that.
Okay. So you are the youth councillor for Hillward Division, and that is in Nebbi Municipality, right?
Yes.
What was the biggest obstacle you faced becoming a councillor?
In as far as becoming a councillor is concerned, the biggest obstacles in as far as that is concerned, I look at it from a perspective of the worldview perspective.
Okay.
You're going as a young person, you're going to face a lot of challenges. You're going to rise up in front of people, people are not going to believe in you. But you have to still find a way and pass your views to them.
True.
In general, it's just the perspective, and to some small extent, what we are seeing in Nebbi is happening. It is something which is going beyond commercialization of politics.
True. So as a municipal councillor for Hillward Division, what exactly do you do for the people? Like, what is exactly that job that you do? Because people might be out there wondering, what do councillors do? You understand? So could you try and break it down for them, like exactly the job that you do for the people?
Interesting, a very nice question. That's what something I was even almost about to even tap on. When you hear the name councillor, many people, as usual, they try to drive its meaning, going back to the simple meaning that to counsel someone. Simply, it's not just to counsel. We have a council where all the councillors come and gather. It's like a supreme body, an organ that makes up policies at a lower level of a local government under the local government cap 138. So when you look at that, simply we are an advocate. We are supposed to take the people's voice from the grassroots to the higher level and bring the higher level to the grassroots.
Yes.
So simply it is alongside that line. Then you being a creative leader as a young person, not as, making it as a, in general as a leader, you are supposed to advocate. You understand? Advocacy is the backbone of each and every leader. Yes.
So specifically, this question is for the youth of Nebbi. I'm a youth of Nebbi.
Yes.
There are very many other youths of Nebbi. Specifically for the youths of Nebbi Municipality, how are you going to help us?
We are having a lot in put down on paper, simply as far as youth is concerned in the municipality, and we look at a lot of dimensions. But first and foremost, we need dynamic representations, and later on, we need enlightenment in different angles in as far as youths are concerned, and we need things to do with workshops and make sure that the few youths who are able to understand be able to take the message from the workshops and then to the grassroots. That's what I think it's much necessary. And what am I speaking about? The type of the workshop. The type of the workshop that I'm trying to speak about, we're having a lot of challenges facing our youth. My dear, when you are moving around the streets of Nebbi Municipality, you will come down to your tears. Simply because I'm saying this, the level of the frustration placed in those youth is the highest level. Youth have gone to the problem, issues to do with the mental health, drug addictions, and unemployment to some small extent. But we need to talk to the youth about issues concerning drug addiction.
Is actually a big issue.
It is. But now we need to address it from the angle, because when you talk about unemployment and we leave it like that, many youth think about only the white collar job, which is a very wrong perspective. Because we are in the 21st century, where, let me say, the 5 elements they used to talk about in the long ago world, that the 5 elements has now been placed in your hands. So right now, when you have a phone, at least I can say that you have everything in your hand. You have everything in your hand. So how can you take the information or a piece of information that you have in your hand to treat it into a reality? Because me, as a young generation or as a youth growing up in this 21st century, I figure out things, each and everything placed in front of you as a thought. Even this table we are seeing in front of us once existed as a thought in someone's brain. So the ability of someone to transform a thought into a reality, I think it's a tremendous thing that we need to teach the youth. We need to tell them that life is a radical process. It's not a process that you can take it just within one day and then you grow. No, it's a process that takes a gradual growth. Okay. So we need to really speak to the youth in as far as mental ideas is concerned, in as far as mindset change is concerned. We briefly and slowly change their mindsets.
Okay. Let's talk real, right? Many youths fear politics or think it's dirty, right? What's your take on that?
In as far as politics is concerned, I usually say I'm a passionate paradigm shifter. So when you talk about politics, many youth think of politics as being a dirty game, as you have termed it so. But when we talk about politics in general, I always tell my people, even if during campaign I was always telling them that whatever happened in politics affects each and everything you're doing. So it is simply saying that you have to take the risk. Whatever it is, you have to take the risk. And when you are able to take the risk, you're able to navigate all the storms in it, all the problems, the difficulties. At the end of the day, you will succeed, because I believe what is real will always progress. Now, simply basing on that, we need to really talk to our youth that if we don't take up this mantle, if we don't take up some of these positions, and we don't address our own problem by ourselves, then there is no one coming to save us. So It's a high time we either choose to sit down or we risk to take the mantle and address our problems.
Yes. So if you're a youth of Nebbi out there and you had a bad misconception about politics, Jawoko Eddy has broken it down for you. It is not about being dirty, it's about helping your own people in your own home. So what advice would you give a young person in Nebbi who wants to join leadership?
An advice I would like to give to someone who opt to take pursue his dream in leadership career will be, first and foremost, you need to educate yourself. And when I talk about education, I don't simply mean the general term about it, how the society thinks about it. Self-education, you can be another person, at least make sure you acquire information for yourself. Then elevate yourself, connect and read other journals, network with people, and make sure you follow the right path and take the right procedures.
Okay. Then another question for you is, what are some of the changes that you would love to see happening within Nebbi Municipality in the next few years?
Some of the changes that I would love to see in Nebbi Municipality, and first and foremost, we are having issues to do with the poverty. That's one thing that we need to accept. It's a problem for the whole country, the absolute level of poverty affecting each and everyone. So the level of income generation, we need to really talk about that highly. I think that one we shall find time and talk about it next time also.
Okay. So let's lighten it up a little bit. How do you balance your personal life with politics? Because I'm sure you, as a young person, have some friends who view politics from a different perspective. You understand? And then in that context as well, I would like you to talk about your party, if at all you're in any, because I'm not aware of that. So if at all in any party, you could also tell us and then enlighten us on how you balance your personal life with politics, because someone might be out there wanting to join politics and also they have their personal life, so they may think the politics might affect their personal life. So how do you do it?
Oh, simply, when you look at politics and the level that I'm pursuing it is, it's not so much. But what I would like to tell the people, how I balance my political life and the social life, the other sides, simply because these political things I'm trying to do, it's a passion. I love it first and foremost. Then secondly, I'm a liberal person. At any angle I can mix with the people. I'm able to understand, to know how lonely it feels to be amidst 1,000 people, and I'm able to understand how social to be amidst 1,000 people. So when I'm with the people that view politics in a different angle, I know how to be at that angle also and behave with them well and also respect their views, because we are in the world that people think differently, and it's their mandate to think like that. Then basing on my party, generally, currently I've subscribed to the National Resistance Movement, that is the NRM government and the NRM party rather, simply because we, as the young generation, we have viewed, to some small extent, viewed the NRM party as a very wrong party, which to some small extent, again, I would also like to say that it's also very wrong, because when you have the problem is not the party. The party is like a tinted glass placed in front of on your eyes, and you are viewing a world in that perspective of that color. So at the end of the day, you are viewing a world in that color because you have placed on something in front of you. So we need to look beyond the party perspective. We need to be able to think that the party we are having here, it is just to guide us to do certain things in the right way. But what are our initials? What are our problems? So I think at this point we need a leader that can unite all the NRM, and to some small extent also bring the FDC, bring the DP, bring them all together.
It's all about unity.
It's all about unity.
True.
And when we speak together as all these parties, that we are able to understand that yes, we have got this issue, and at the end of the day we bring all those issues and then address it. We don't have to view someone from the perspective that you are NRM. No, there is no one who's in NRM. Like there is no one who's in NRM just in general. But we have to view things from a perspective that what are the initials, what are the fundamentals that we're supposed to do as a leader.
As a leader, you understand? Because now, when you bring in that perspective of I am NRM, I am NOOP, I am FBC, it creates a division among us. But then you find we have different voices. Whereas if we come together, we could join actually our voices together and would be actually even more loud. You understand?
Much best.
So if you are out there and want development in Nebbi Municipality as a youth, please, let's join our voices together. Let's not be divided by the parties that we have. You understand? You can be NRM, you can be NUP, you can be FPC, but at the end of the day, we need to speak one language to take our land into a higher level of development, like other people have developed their lands. So Eddy, as someone who has been in politics since high school,
yeah, since high school,
yes, and now you're testing the real politics as well. You've begun to test the real politics as well. What are some of the things that keeps you motivated when things get tough? You know, someone might be out there wondering, wanting to join politics, but doesn't know how to deal with some of the hardships that come with it.
First and foremost, I would like to start to draw the questions from the perspective of the differentiation between the two. When you look at the politics, the students' politics in particular, it deals with more of people. People have gone to schools and they understand a lot of things, and they say to some small extent. And when you come outside here, you find people of different levels, people of different understandings. At the end of the day, you have to mix the two. So it takes a lot of ideas and mindsets change, a lot of things to do to bring them together. But the fun part of it is very enjoyable at the end of the day. Yeah.
Okay. That is good.
That's what keeps you motivated. Yeah.
That's what keeps you motivated. The enjoying part of it. Ladies and gentlemen out there, Jawoko Eddy does it because he loves it. He has the passion for it. And you never know. He might not just stop as the youth councillor. You never know. In the next 5 years, he might go for something else. So back him up and always be with him. So as one of my last questions for you, who inspires you the most?
Basically, when I was a young boy, I loved to follow lots of things to do with the civil movement, and definitely I would say Martin Luther.
Okay.
Martin Luther inspired me a lot.
Martin Luther inspires you a
lot, and Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Okay. So as we wrap it up, any final message for the youth of Nebbi?
My final message to the youth of Nebbi, basically, be safe, do what is right, and be at the right time, and make sure we don't take the politics into a different angles to cause division among ourselves. Then secondly, on the 28th, let's come together and support Jawoko Eddy for Speaker of the Municipality, as we speak one language as youth.
Jawoko Eddy for Speaker, Nebbi Municipality. Big respect to you, Jawoko Eddy. Thanks for joining us and sharing your journey with us. We have been the Flash Podcast, holding you from the beginning of this session to the end. I remain JK Maro, and stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you so much.